So for this first video essay, I've chosen a career development article by Darlene Price. So Darlene Price is the president and founder of WellSaid, which is an executive presentation and communications training firm. More can be found on Darlene at www.wellsaid.com. And kind of diving in here with the article and our book, Employee Development at the Workplace. The article focuses on 10 career tanking expressions commonly used in the workplace and how to rework these into a positive reinforcement message. So making sure that you're getting your message across, but in the best way possible. This course primarily deals with communications in the workplace and how we use it to our advantage to make the most of those advancement opportunities when they come our way. The article starts off with a quote saying, "Words are, of course, the most powerful drug used by mankind." And this was said by the poet Rudyard Kipling. I think we see a lot of specific examples from the book included in these phrases, a few of which I want to cover specifically in this video essay today. First, the entire article and all 10 phrases included directly deal with communication and how it can be used ineffectively. Specifically, where we're dealing with verbal attempts to understand and convey messages. So this article deals less with actual body language and gestures, but more about what you're conveying with your voice and what you're actually saying in your message verbally. Looking at a specific example, number 3, the first phrase would be, "That's not my job." This kind of contradicts everything within the continuous learning model from within the book, in my opinion. The continuous learning model says that we build on empowerment to increase in knowledge and skills in a constantly changing environment by showing that we're capable of growing as well and adapting to the rapid changes as they come our way. This phrase kind of negates this model and can negatively affect the perception of how others are going to see you and what you're actually capable of doing. The next specific point I want to look at is phrase number 6. Phrase number 6 actually says, "But we've always done it that way." This relates directly to our readings about credibility, which is the image that others are going to have specifically of a person's personableness, trustworthiness, and most of all their competence. By using this phrase, you're in turn implying that you're not innovative, you're not creative, and you're not thinking outside of the box or growing within inside of that continuous learning model that we keep reinforcing and talking about throughout the book. The article does a really great job of pointing out ways to positively position the almost identical same question, but in a different way where you're perceived in a better light from those around you, such as the following example. "Well, that's a different approach. Can you elaborate more? Let's list out what the pros and cons would be for that option." Finally, I want to take a direct look at number 9, which is on the top 10 list here. Phrase 9 is, "I will try." Bad idea. So this implies from the very get-go that there is a possibility that you're going to fail. This can limit your social power with regard to employers feeling that they don't know for sure whether or not the job will be completed. If they don't know whether or not you're able to handle a job, then they don't know if they should hand off that responsibility to you. If you look at it from they're handing you a small task and you're saying, I'll try, when they go to hand off a bigger task, they're probably going to hand it off to somebody else because handing it off to you, they've heard I'll try for the smaller tasks. So what is going to keep you from saying I'll try on the bigger ones as well? In turn, you're limiting your ability to make promotional moves or even lateral moves on the same level. Why would a manager ever recommend you for another department, saying that you can't do tasks for them in a competent and efficient manner? Why would they ever recommend you for another department as well? This type of phrase can also limit your empowerment from a personal stance as well. So while it may not be seen immediately like you would with the social aspect, saying "I try" kind of subconsciously reinforces that feeling that you're unable to accomplish a task and that it's in some way, shape, or form bigger than you, which may not always be the case. But as we've learned within our book and our readings, a lot of it is about perception and how those around you are perceiving you in that specific situation. Overall, I think the article does a really great job of pointing out some bad mistakes that are commonly made on a fairly regular ground by most people. I know I'm personally guilty of using some of these phrases on a weekly, monthly, sometimes even a daily basis. However, it's up to me and my own personal empowerment to break these bad habits and to work towards being a better, more competent, and successful employee in the workplace.